Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and
YouTube in the headlines. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley meets with members of U.S. Congress today. Parents and teachers unhappy with COVID protocols at schools. Double murder in Cuba. And internationally, the World Bank says Ukraine war to cause the biggest price shock in 50 years. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is expected to participate in a series of meetings with members of the United States Congress today. An official statement from the Office of the Prime Minister says today's meetings are part of an overall mission to advance the interest of Trinidad and Tobago. The meetings follow high-level talks in Barbados last week. The Prime Minister departed Trinidad on Sunday and was accompanied by Energy Minister Stuart Young and the Ambassador to the U.S. and Mexico, Anthony Phillips Spencer. Finance Minister Colm Imbert will act as Prime Minister until Dr. Rowley's return. In other news, 1 week since schools physically reopened, parents and teachers are reporting growing anxiety and fear as they say they are being forced to decide on ensuring their children get an education, but at the risk of their physical safety. Several children were sent home from various schools, mostly in South Trinidad and in Tobago on Monday and on Tuesday after exhibiting flu-like symptoms. There are reports of some parents also lamenting the lack of furniture in classrooms that resulted in pupils having to sit 3 to a desk with no social distancing. Some parents say they feel as if they have 2 options: send their children to an unsafe environment at school or leave them uneducated at home. The parents are expressing doubts about how the current system for reporting COVID-19 outbreaks in schools was set up. In more news, double murder in Cuba last evening has left 2 men dead. They have been identified as 24-year-old Malik Harper of Anissa Street, Cuba, and John Outram, 31, of Mary Street, Cuba. According to reports around 6:30 p.m., a tattoo artist was at home at Anissa Street when he heard loud explosions and on checking saw Harper and Outram lying in his yard with gunshot wounds. Harper was taken to the Cuba Health Facility by his relatives, while Outram was taken by the police. However, both men died while undergoing treatment. The Trinidad and Tobago Met Service is warning of heavy showers, lightning activity, and possible flash flooding today during the late morning and early afternoon period, especially in Trinidad. In its latest update on the current adverse weather alert yellow, the Met Service says it will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Members of the public are urged to monitor weather conditions and updates from official weather sources. Internationally, the war in Ukraine is set to cause the largest commodity shock since the 1970s, the World Bank has warned. In a new forecast, the World Bank said disruption caused by the conflict would contribute to huge price rises for goods ranging from natural gas to wheat and cotton. The World Bank says increase in prices is starting to have a very large economic and humanitarian effects, and households across the world are feeling the cost of living crisis. The World Bank noted that it is particularly worried about the poorest households since they spend a larger share of income on food and energy, so they are particularly vulnerable to any price spike. The World Bank says energy prices are set to increase more than 50%, pushing up bills for household and businesses. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley meets with members of the U.S. Congress today. Parents and teachers unhappy with COVID protocols at schools. Double murder in Cuba, and internationally, the World Bank says the Ukraine war will cause the biggest price shock in 50 years. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you who locked on to the Street 919 FM. So I have in studio with me the afternoon drive. The afternoon drive just take over the midday constructive talk. So this afternoon I have Miss Wells with me and Mr. William Monroe. Good afternoon, Mr. Monroe.
Good afternoon to you and all the listening audience out there.
How are you, sir?
Not bad at all. I'm here at the Queen's Park, Savannah, along those lovely paintings that we have to exhibit here to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I think it is one of the biggest exposure of art you can see in Trinidad and Tobago. It's beautiful. It is fantastic. It is lovely. And the price range are very, 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 very reasonable. It's past reasonable. But the pieces that is here, if you come and you see the price, you'll say that it's not real. But it is real. We just want a lot of the household to have his pieces because a lot of people in America, in Canada, in England, they purchasing his painting online and otherwise. So we feel we'd like it to be more in Trinidad and Tobago, the people here in the household. Because what he do, he really specializes in all scenery of Trinidad and Tobago, every section, Toco, Manzanilla, Niaro, Maracas. You find all the lovely scenes. Anyway, you could think of a view and a scenery. You find that in his painting, really and truly, and this is very touching.
Well, Mr. Monroe,
yes.
People are excited about this event because it's the first of its kind. Mr. Garraway is excellent at what he does. Yes, he is excellent at what he does. And of course, you are very instrumental in bringing this to the public of Trinidad and Tobago. What was your brainchild behind this movement?
No, well, for that matter, I purchased a few years ago a few pieces from him. And when I look at the type of painting that he's painting and I think the whole of Trinidad and Tobago should get an opportunity to see his work because the painting that is on display here today is over 15 years of work that he put into it, and I say it will be, I accustom assisting many other individuals, not only in painting and as you know, the entertainment industry. I focus, I assisted and liberate a lot of singers, help them, and also, in my community, I facilitate swimming to success and all many other things, cricket, football, and so. But this one here, it is something that I think Trinidad and Tobago should really come out. So the people are coming, and that is really nice to see that.
So what can the public expect when they come up to the Savannah today? What is the ambience going to be like? When they walk in, are they going to be taken into a Renaissance type of atmosphere where the paintings are going to be everywhere? Who's going to be doing the feature address?
Well, for that matter, the minister is here as we speak now. And the artist himself is here. And when we start, we'll start with the opening prayer and things like that. But the people, it's a wide space, so you can walk through and do your viewing and do your purchasing and things like that. Not only pictures, as I tell you, you have a lot of craft work and all different things, and you also have things to munch on, things to eat and things like that. It's a wide range of things.
Excellent indeed. Well, I know, Mr. Monroe, you are busy at it. I just stole 5 minutes of your time. I want you to go ahead and address the people of Trinidad and Tobago as we get ready to allow you to get back to the festivities.
Well, I just want to encourage them to come down and see, fantastic artists at work that belongs to Trinidad and Tobago. And what make it much more interesting to me, because he's from my community and the minister also her constituency. And it will be nice to have a piece of his work in your home, because if you have a piece of that in your home, your gallery, in your kitchen, or wherever it is, and you get up and you look at it and you're going to work, you wouldn't even study the gas price. You would say, but oh Lord, this is something else. And I must say that the type of work that it is there, what I'm seeing, if Lidiano da Vinci, that's the gentleman who painted the Mona Lisa, had seen that painting before those paintings, he would not have painted the Mona Lisa. He would have taken a pattern from what the gentleman did here, and that is what we have been seeing instead of the Mona Lisa. It is fantastic.
Yes.
It is unique, and it is one of a kind, and really, really nice to see. So I just wish the public to come down and just have a look and purchase on the price of very, very, very reasonable. It's like a sale price, because I think he's taken a rest for a few years.
Really?
So it would be so nice to get a piece of his work that you could send down to your children or send it away or something like that and pass. It's something like gold. It is like diamond. You can land. It's like land. It cannot go down. For that matter, I bought a piece for 100,000 a couple of years ago. Now it value about $1 million.
Wow.
So painting, yeah. So painting, it is, as I say, it's an investment. And in fixed deposit and things, they don't get no interest. They hardly giving you anything. So I think it is important that you can buy a piece. And I say some of the pieces, I see what was $7,000 and $8,000. Now it's $3,000. Some is $2,009. What was $5,000? I see have it on special for $999. Things like that.
Yes.
So just who interested in art, please come and have a look and come and see. And believe you me, they will not leave here with us purchasing a fee, some of the items that is here.
Well, Mr. Monroe, I want to thank you so much for talking with us. Always a stalwart behind our local artists, art form, and culture, and we do appreciate you.
So and remember, it will be for 3 days, and this evening, what we are saying, we had planned to go up to 6, but if it reached in a case that we had to go up to 7, as the people comes in, we will go up to 7:30. Awesome. It's not a problem. So we will accommodate the people as they come.
Excellent, Mr. Monroe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I want to thank and thank the minister as well for going out there today and showing support for this event.
Thank you. She's here right now. So God bless him to you, Aisha. God bless him to your host, the other gentleman, and you keep the good program that you're doing. Keep it functioning and keep it fantastic. I always listen to him, and he's very, very, very articulate and very knowledgeable, and he's good. So God bless you all, man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Monroe. Thank you so much. So Trinidad and Tobago, you've heard it right here on the Street 919 FM as we get ready to head over to the Queen's Park Savannah. Make your way there for Roger Galloway's unveiling of his artwork. So we're going to play the ad and we're going to come right back, people. Stay with us. Alignment with Pastor Google today. Today, we nice like a pie. Mm-hmm. Google with the ad.
and his community of creatives present The Royal Exhibit, a 3-day art exhibition, Wednesday, April 27th to Friday, April 29th, Queens Park, Savannah. Daily start time, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. under the auspices of the MP for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly. The greatest and finest pieces ever witnessed by local artists in Trinidad and Tobago will be on display for purchase. Come to this wonderful event and walk away owning a masterpiece that can be displayed in your home or passed down for generations to come. Roger Garraway has now made his mark on the international market, breaking barriers and setting the standard high. He and his group of friends will wow you with their out-of-this-world pieces. This event cannot be missed. You can also enjoy the opportunity to browse and purchase fantastic one-of-a-kind handmade art and craft pieces created by local designers from the community. Special guest appearances by Patrice Roberts, Michael Edwards and Friends, Iwer George, Roxanne Lane, Crazy, and Joey Rivers and his band. Food and drinks on sale. Secured parking for all vehicles and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Special thank you to the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly.
So we're back with you, Trinidad and Tobago, and as you heard, I have the illustrious.
Hey, all kind of good talk I get on one side on this show with Iwer.
The queen of talk, as they call her.
Move my bag out here.
Yeah, move here, yo. Let's come the man. This is a big show here, you know.
My bag match my shoe.
Well, I wouldn't go there. But you know, yo, come now, you're a big show, yeah. Look, the numbers going up.
Let me say good afternoon to all your listeners. It's afternoon, yes, after 12. To all your listeners and to those of you who are loyalists up here at a lunchtime. I want to thank you guys for accommodating me and the Royal Exhibit that is on its ongoing currently at the Queen's Park Savannah. As you know, the boss, Iwer George, will be performing at this event. Patrice Roberts is passing through. Crazy. We have a wide range of artists that's going to be on the inside to entertain you while you go ahead and look at some fine art and, of course, make some purchases that can be worth a lot.
But Aisha Wells, there are some things that Mr. Monroe would have shared. Watch my numbers now. Watching my numbers going up.
Good.
Going up as I
look bad at all.
Oh, watch my numbers. But as we were saying just now, Mr. Monroe said something, Aisha Wells, that he bought some paintings from the artist,
Mr. Garraway.
And it's worth $1 million now.
So when our Prime Minister invested in Casabon paintings, they made fun of him because they were of the opinion they were just paintings. Do you know paintings like gold and other investments could only appreciate in value as time goes by?
What you say?
No, but we don't know that style of life.
No.
We kind of just think on the downtrodden side.
Of course.
So Google, you could invest in a painting today, pay, let's just say, a painting for about 3,000 up in East Savannah today.
Yeah.
And in about 5-6 years, that same painting could be worth 300,000. God forbid if the artist does go to meet Jesus, that is it. The painting catapult straight out the window because it's one of a kind now. The artist is no longer with us.
And that is what Mr. Monroe was sharing with us there. Mr. Monroe was sharing with us the importance. And you know, he said when he gets up in the morning and you look at the painting, it gives you a whole fresh outlook of life.
Correct. And his painting, is one of a kind pieces, not because it's him. They're also synonymous with Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So you can get certain points in the country placed into his artwork. And you get up every day and you look at this. And let's just say if you're out of the country and you're listening to this show and you have relatives in Trinidad, go ahead and send them your money. Let them go up to the Savannah and purchase the art. Send it to you so you could stay in London like Pastor Google when he go and in the big white man country and puts up this art in your home. And you feel as though you're in Trinidad.
Wow.
We really need to change the way we think as a people, Google. We just think real low class.
Why you think that? Why? Because It's open, eh? It's open to the public. It's open for people to go and view the art. So it's an open event where you could go view the art, and while you're there will be something that would have caught your attention.
Yeah.
Would catch you, you know, if you connected to a painting and you decide, hey, I want that painting.
Not only that, Mr. Monroe said that the artist is going to retire from painting for a while. So this could very well be his last collection that we have. And the fact that Minister of Education, Naya Gatsby-Dolly, found it necessary to be a part of this says to me she is seeing this as something our nation's children can benefit from. You think she's going up because she has nothing to do? I am almost certain the ministers have a very busy schedule.
Tight schedule.
But she's up there today because she wants to be a part of something that is history making.
Yeah.
We have to train our children to appreciate our artists and our musicians and those who are in that type of craft. Because had they been living in other countries, Google, they would have been superstars and movie stars. We just lost Blacks.
Yeah, boy.
And after Blacks dead and gone, poor soul, he had a nationwide fete from Tobago to Trinidad. And didn't see that appreciation while he was with us. Even today, Google, we are celebrating 100 years of Kitchener's birth.
Well, you talking about Kitchener. We celebrating the 22nd birthday of, you know who?
Who?
Rose.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, Rose is celebrating her birthday today.
Awesome. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Rose. We love you. She's in France, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love you, Auntie Rose.
So what you're saying is that we really need to hold on to... You were talking that yesterday. 82, yeah.
Oh, she's 82. Thank 82. You, precious.
She's 82 yesterday. And as you were saying yesterday, we do not document, we do not appreciate
we're a very
our history.
sickening society when it comes to that.
We don't.
If we don't catch ourselves now, we're going to continue to lose some of the great ones, and then we're just going to remember that they were here, and their work is going to be lost. You have to remember a few things a man have on this earth in his lifetime, and it is his legacy.
And his name.
And with his name. And with the artists and the entertainers, their legacy is their work. And if we allow their work to die or go ahead unappreciated, then it was all in vain, Google. It was all in vain. So again, Mr. Monroe, thank you so much for being a part of this venture. I am excited about what's happening in Savannah. And according to what he's saying, Google, if people are in support of this, it will go beyond the 5 days. He could take it, take it to 7 days. Yeah. On the weekend, you have nothing to do. Let the children stroll up to the Savannah.
Of course.
Speak with Mr. Garraway. My son in particular, the little one, he likes to draw. He likes to paint. I'm going to take him up there and let him talk with someone who is into this field to find out what he needs to do to get to that level. We have to invest in our people, Google. I see the chat going crazy.
Yeah. Don't be watching my numbers.
Everybody wants to get in.
Yeah, there's no problem.
They say it's nice to see me at this time of day. I feel I have to pass through this time of day often.
I feel... Okay.
You know, I have to show up here and just sit down often. And we're going to open the lines and Google.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
We're going to open the lines.
I'm not sure what opening on the lines with you.
And we're going to take some calls and allow you guys to get in as we try to change the culture.
Yeah, we need to.
Of our people.
We need to change the discussion. We need to change the culture. We need to change the mindset. Because at the end of the day, this is my favorite song here now.
Yeah, I hear you play it all the time.
It's my favorite song here. It's my favorite song.
I hear you play it all the time.
Listen to the words now, Aisha Wells.
All right, let's listen.
Listen to the words of the song. We come back to Trinidad and Tobago. Join the live.
Enjoying the morning breeze, watching the day unfold. Jaja books is wonderful. It's something to behold. Well, if you love life as much as I do, put something in the air now. And if you love Jah as much as I do, put something in the air. Let me see your hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody. Let me see your hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody. post, pick up your phone, make a post. Life is the greatest thing of thing. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest thing of thing. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest. Life is the greatest thing. Oh yeah. Take a look around you, front and look behind you. Troubles is everywhere. Take a look inside you, somewhere deep within you. Trust me, he's always there. Well, if you love life as much as I do, put something in the air now. And if you love Jah as much as I do, put something in the. Let me see your hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody. Let me see your hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody, hands up, everybody. Well then, raise your glass, take a toast, wave your hand from coast to coast, pick up your phone, make a post. Life is the utmost. Raise your glass, take a toast, wave your hand from coast to coast, pick up your phone, make a post. Life is the greatest thing of.
So take a glass, take a toast. Yeah.
Google, what do you think people will say about you if you are no longer with us?
I was
What
going
legacy?
to ask you the same thing, you know, because you in the radio longer
Well,
than
I
me.
start first.
You in the radio longer than me, so go ahead.
So you want me to answer first?
Yeah.
I think people will remember that I have a big mouth. That she was a PNM. That she didn't care what she said. She used to offend a lot of people. But I think people will also remember that she had a heart for the poor. She represented her community of Laventille and East Port of Spain well. She loved her fans and supporters of the Street 919 FM, like Michelle Superwoman and Same to 1979 and Eric and Maria Lyons and Christine Edward Farrow and Diane Payne and the whole crew. And they would also say that Iwer George gave her the opportunity to enter into radio at a young age, at the age of 22,
Right.
when she had no experience in radio. I think that is what people would remember. That is what people would say.
Right.
How about you?
For me, first of all, I think most of the persons who know me, apart from radio, will know me as a singer. Yeah,
I never hear that deep voice.
Yeah, a lot of people will know me as a singer, worshiper, I know. And I would have made an impact in my community. Not just when I landed. Before I came on radio, I was a part of a community group, Orchid Gardens community group, and I was always a part of the organizing of events, sports, anything to do with my community. I was always involved in my community. The young people in the community always had that confidence to come and talk to me about anything. So I have an open door policy. I have that. So that's one of the things that I'm sure is going to be mentioned and talked about.
And they would say he was the PNM pastor. Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to give you that. You can't get away from that.
Yeah, the PNM pastor.
Gotcha.
Who started off late in the night.
Yes, with the deep voice. Have people up all 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the morning like it's daytime. Can't sleep. They're sleeping on themselves in the office because Google on the radio.
And
that you loved your constituency.
Oh gosh.
You are a loyalist to your heart when it comes to San Fernando East and Pleasantville. They can't take that from you.
Nah. And I think one of the things too that they would remember me for is one of the youngest pastors who come on the radio to talk politics and current affairs. Dare to come out of the box.
Yeah.
Dare to come out of the box.
And listen, people, if you don't know, he got a lot of flack for it. Controversy, yeah? But he always tell them, and let me tell them, you ain't going to tell them, but I go tell them for you, that Jesus was a rebel like he. Jesus used to go and turn over table in the temple and thing. He used to deal with them politicians and
Yeah.
scribes and Pharisees and talk about his father's business. He wasn't no traditional man of God.
That's it.
And that is Pastor Google.
Yeah.
And like Jesus, he intends to live a life of being poor and polite. I want to say that too. You know, if your friend had told the truth, he wants to be poor and polite like Jesus too. And that is commendable, eh? Because in a world where people try to use their integrity for financial gain, you don't find much people using their voice, and you have one, without calling a price for it.
That's it.
So what you do, Google, is very commendable, and don't ever feel bad about it.
I want to play something for you. See, now we're talking about being a revolutionary. And I have a friend who's a liberator in Atlanta. And when he got this church in Atlanta, the church had about 50 persons. 50. I want you to listen to me.
I'm listening.
Young, he's my age. He's my age. He's about 3 months older than me.
Okay.
He's my age. A young black liberator. They say they have moved from calling him a preacher to a liberator.
Interesting.
And I'm going to play something for you. And I want you to listen. I'm going to play 2 clips of him for you to
Fair
listen
enough.
to.
And when you come back after these clips, you're going to play the ad?
Right.
Right.
But I want you to listen to what he had to say about certain things. And I want you to understand why I do feel I no longer apologize for what I do here anymore.
I love it.
He's my good friend.
I love it.
And I want you to listen to him because you said something about, there are pastors who really extort the people. They fleece the people.
They do.
And don't liberate people.
No, they don't.
To become financially
and involved
free.
in their affairs and call their governments to account and call politicians to walk in the way of the Lord. They don't do that.
Right. But I want you to listen to this guy.
Okay, let's
So
check that out.
join us on the live. I'm going to show you a video of a young man, young pastor, and he is a liberator in his sphere, in his community. He's in Atlanta. As I told you, his church was 50 people, 50 persons.
Okay.
Look at the crowd, look at the church now,
Checking it out.
today. And you'll understand. So join us on the live, and you're going to see my good friend and brother, real partner. This is my real partner. So you'll have to join us on the live. I want you all to look at it. Hey, YouTube. What's your number?
Yeah, man,
YouTube
the
going up,
YouTube
fellow.
looking nice. Michelle says, Aisha, we would also say how appreciative we are to come along with you on your journey of self-development, self-awareness, and major growth. Thank you. Ooh. Thanks, sis.
Oh.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So this is my good friend. His name is Pastor Jamal Bright. Jamal
looks young.
is very young.
Yeah.
He's my age.
Okay.
And when we meet up, it's be like, whoa, listen to Jamal.
Ministry. If there's anybody who's dealing with food insecurity, we're going to be giving out groceries tomorrow morning from 10 until 12 o'clock right here on our campus, and I am appreciative. I want to thank God for our partners, Commissioner Lorraine Cochran Johnson. Won't you please stand? Where are you, Commissioner? There you are. Thank you. Give God a hand clap of praise, as well as Gregory Levitt Funeral Home. I've got to pause and thank God for Mr. Bill Allen. Won't you please stand? That's my godfather. I done adopted and drafted him. He's been a major, major blessing for us. Ladies and gentlemen, this year will be the very first year that Juneteenth is a federal holiday. Y'all not excited to be free? And so, New Birth, we are going to make history. Atlanta, we're going to make history, and I need your help and partnership in doing it. We are partnering with Citizens Trust Bank, the black-owned bank right here in Georgia. And Juneteenth weekend, balcony, I need y'all to shout about it. Juneteenth weekend, we're going to open up 1,000 new bank accounts at Citizens Trust Bank. I want us to speak death over check cashing stations in the hood that is taking all of our community's money. Y'all ain't saying nothing. We've got to make sure that we are lenders and not borrowers. Not only in one weekend are we going to open up 1,000 new bank accounts, but we want to make sure. I was at Bishop Jakes' International Leaders Conference, and John Hope Bryant was there. He spoke. He's with us. John, won't you please stand up? He challenged us at that International Leaders Conference that we have got to make sure we are investing in stocks. And so we're bringing to New Birth on Juneteenth weekend black brokerage firms so that those in the community who are not stockholders will begin to buy stocks. Come on, y'all got to make some noise in here. Y'all got to have more than Louis belts and red bottom shoes. How many of you want to leave an inheritance to your children's children? We have to stop raising welfare worshipers. Come on, y'all ain't saying nothing. You shouting, hoping somebody gonna give you something. How many of you want God to bless you to be the promise keeper for your family? How many of you know wealth is gonna start with you? How many of you know you're gonna break the generational curse of poverty that runs in your family because of the grace of God? None of that would have been possible without the power and the presence of our amazing risen Savior, Jesus Christ.
Aisha Wells.
Wow.
That's my friend. That's my friend. When we come back from the ad, I want you to tell me what you gathered.
Gotcha.
From what you heard from him.
Remember, people, this goes down today. It's the Royal Art Exhibit by Roger Garraway.
And our boss is going to be there.
Yes.
And our boss is going to be there. So taking the ad, I'm going to come back and hear from Aisha what her thoughts.
Roger Garraway and his community of creatives present the Royal Exhibit, a 3-day art exhibition, Wednesday, April 27th to Friday, April 29th. Queens Park, Savannah. Daily start time, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. under the auspices of the MP for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal. The greatest and finest pieces ever witnessed by local artists in Trinidad and Tobago will be on display for purchase. Come to this wonderful event and walk away owning a masterpiece that can be displayed in your home or passed down for generations to come. Roger Garraway has now made his mark on the international market, breaking barriers and setting the standard high. He and his group of friends will wow you with their out-of-this-world pieces. This event cannot be missed. You can also enjoy the opportunity to browse and purchase fantastic one-of-a-kind handmade art and craft pieces created by local designers from the community. Special guest appearances by Patrice Roberts, Michael Edwards and friends, Iwer George, Roxanne Lane, Tracy, and Joey Rivers and his band. Food and drinks on sale. Secured parking for all vehicles and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Special thank you to the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal.
Miss Wells.
Thank you for staying with us, people. So, Google.
Tell me what you gathered.
Yeah, nice friends.
Yeah? Morel partner?
Yeah, big friends.
Morel partner.
Yeah, bright friends. It is the first time I've heard a pastor in the middle of his sermon talk about financially liberating his people. Talking about coming out for the welfare system and to invest their monies and to open brand new accounts inside a black bank. All my paws start to raise in here, Pastor.
Black-owned bank.
Interesting indeed.
When he got that church, they were in about $13 million in debt. You know how much they have now? How much is debt cut down to?
How much?
$13 million.
So they
and he's
don't
believing by the end of the year,
anything.
and he believes by the end of the year they'll be debt-free.
Wow.
Why? Because he's liberating the people. He's not fleecing the people.
No, and in turn, I believe the people giving back. Because they no longer in debt.
Thank you.
But what we have is a bunch of wolves in sheep clothing that taking from their congregations, not financially, liberating them and have them dependent on a system that is failing them.
And what is sad about it is that
I want church to be like that. I want to feel no, because listen, you see, if me not to worry about paying HDC,
right,
and my van,
right,
and paying this one and that one, Google, I could praise the Lord in peace. But while I in church praying, oh God, I can't make my bills, Heavenly Father, send away. Oh God, make sure I could pay for that van this month. Jesus, that's why I'm praying for in church. But if I could be financially free, then I could focus on thanking God for my blessings and give back.
Right. And this notion that we can't come together, we can't think at the front, we can't bring each other to that place of freeness. How in Atlanta it started?
Yeah.
He talked about a black-owned mall.
Yes.
He talked about the Black Wall Street. Come on, if they are starting it and they are seeing success from it, why we can't do it here?
No, because we are a society that believe we need to hustle, we need to be smart men and smart women, and that if we get ahead in life, that we should not allow anybody else to get ahead as well. We have a real crab in a barrel mentality. And one would think if we all serve the same God, and we all read from the same book, and we singing from the same hymn book, then we should be on the same mission. And I have not seen that with all churches.
Yes, somebody say that pastor is the real Wall Street.
Wow.
No, and that is how he is. That is how he is. And I have been talking to Jamal. I want the blueprint. Jamal sit and all he eats and breathes is how to liberate black people.
Because we are our own liberation, Google. We are our own bank. Do you know in our community we spend the most amount of money and don't own anything?
Why?
We enrich everybody else and not ourselves. We are everybody's bank. People just open their business knowing we's the customers. You believe that?
Whoa.
No, think about that.
Wow.
People opening business right or wrong tongue, knowing the base is East Port of Spain. And when you look at East Port of Spain, anything in there tells you they have money? No. But if you have over 30,000 people in the community and each of them come in your store and spend $1, you make $30,000. And that's how they think. We don't think so because I have $1, my neighbor have $1, my next neighbor have $1. We don't look at pooling our dollars together, you know. We individually hold on to our dollar and expect to go far. But I hear your lines ringing.
Well, you know that.
I hearing it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching your numbers and saying.
Yeah, I have a foreign
I hope you
caller.
come in for lunch after this, eh? A real talk, eh?
Yeah, you have a foreign caller on the
Caller,
line. Yeah.
you're live.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Aisha and Pastor Google.
How you doing?
It's
love?
nice to see both of you all together. Pastor Google, it's your friend, your other friend from Atlanta, with your mother's schoolmate. Needed to get the name again. Yes. I needed to get the name of that pastor. You said he's in Atlanta?
Yes, Pastor Jamal Bright.
Right. You have a phone number for him?
Yes, I would send it to you.
Okay.
I would tell him that to look out for you. He love when Trini's come to his church. I was telling Aisha, he told me he wants to marry a Trini.
Well, I said they only as a Christian after today. I'm gonna get baptized. I'm behaving myself.
Pastor Google, I just turned on because I was having problems to log in. So I just heard you. I heard when you played the clip with him, and it was so interesting.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Right. So how soon are you going to send him?
I'll send it for you. I'll send it for you before the end of the day. I know who I'm talking to.
Oh, you know who?
Yeah, I know who I'm speaking with now.
So it's Pastor Jamal what?
Jamal Bright.
B-R-I-G-H-T?
Yes, you could go onto YouTube and Facebook and you'll see him.
Right. And what part of Atlanta is it church?
He is where, boy? I will send you the information. I'll send you the information.
Yes, send me all the information. And let me tell you, it's so good to see you and Aisha together on the program.
We doing this plenty, and we was together yesterday afternoon. We together today. Where's that boy?
That is so good. That is when two Christians meet.
Okay.
That is love.
I'm a friend. He's my friend. He's my friend.
Very good. Very good. I know Pastor Google from small growing up,
Yeah, he was miserable when he was small, talk the truth.
All right, caller. Thanks for calling,
miserable, but not so bad.
Thanks for calling,
so
caller.
all the best.
They say it's Brian.
Yeah.
All the best, Pastor. Take care. And don't forget to send the information.
I will.
Thank you so much.
I will.
Okay, all the best.
Same to
All
you.
the best,
Okay.
love.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Mano.
This is a good spin twin here. It's a good spin. Yesterday when I heard you guys working together too nice. If they keep it like that, and here comes this morning, like a shining bright light, both of you together today.
And the numbers looking good on the live.
It is so good. You, Pastor Google,
Uh-huh.
you know you're one of the people that make me stay on this station.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you had the night program.
Yeah.
Just when he first come, but one thing I could say, that not of no fault of his own, I should think, they had something to say, who the first 3 callers or something is getting a CD. Why I call, I never get a CD when I was on the security.
You never get the man a CD and the man sit up whole night.
That's in the early days.
Whole night? Thank you,
Mano,
Mano.
you get the CD, right?
Mr. Google, I know it was in your mind to put it there, and you probably had it there, and the young lady by the day didn't see it or something. Because I know you're a genuine person, and the trainer and the Tobago, listen, you're speaking to 2 genuine people, but one is a noisy, don't try that taxi and she will lick you up. You understand? But always a good spin twin there. So trainer and Tobago, only call somebody and tell somebody that Google and Aisha is on the air together. That's going to be a good combination at all times. So love the trainer and Tobago. Let's get somebody something and say nothing about it. Love is the answer. Go on.
Thank you,
All
Mano.
right, Mano.
You know, I have been telling you and tell the people that I miss Pastor Google from a night time.
What you saying?
Not just hearing you in the night I mean, you know. You see that venom and that fire you had on a night where you have people up like zombie. Where did that go?
That's right there still. That's right there still. Let me take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi, how are you?
You is a liberator. You know why I tell you is a liberator? Because you form people together. You call people together. But the last time you had that thing down on the fire, I was one of those people on them. But Pastor Google, I wanted to tell my mother, good morning. She name is Claudia King. She listening to you and she laughing. She listening to you and Aisha.
Oh,
Thank you, Claudia King.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Claudia King. I know that Miss Claudia King is listening.
Pastor Google, that pastor outside there, he real.
Yes, he really is. He is.
Yeah, he's a real black man. He no black, white black man. He's black.
Yeah, he is.
So let's stay strong and all reach home safe to all your family.
Thank you
Out
very
here
much.
listening to all in the airport side, in the cargo agent side by America.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I
Thank you
know who
very
to
much.
check when I'm a package coming in.
Yeah, Aisha, take it easy, right?
Thank you, love. All the best.
Yeah, well, have a pleasant day.
Same to you.
Locked on and listening.
Thank you very
Our
much.
fans in high places.
Hello, good afternoon. You see you?
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good
and
afternoon.
Aisha.
How you doing, darling?
Hello.
Yeah, we hearing you.
Hey, and you, how are you?
Okay, good. It's good to hear you all this morning. God's blessing to you all. And I love what you all have said. I'm always ready and on board. I think that you all are saying things to people which they're not hearing, you know, and I always thought about it, you know, and I also wanted to approach you, Pastor Guba and Aisha, because I know there was a group that was on your station and they wanted to start this black business.
Yeah.
And it never came true, and I was disappointed. You know, I know I made one contribution. I don't know how it was going to go ahead. I know the gentleman had asked me to call him, and I regret having because it had stopped. So I would hope that we would stop talking, not you all, because you all are trying to get people together. Other people stop talking and get together and stop bad talking the black people and participate in their business. So when you're ready to start, I am there. So have a pleasant day and thanks again.
I shall feel we have to bring Jamal over.
And I think you already have the blueprint and you're saying down on it.
Hello, good afternoon.
Caller, you live?
Yes, Pastor Google. Good afternoon to you and Mrs. Wells.
Good afternoon.
I am all for these conversations.
Right.
But throughout my life, as I have been, since I was young, I've always been black conscious because I read a lot and I know the injustices. I know of our potentials. I know of our successes and failures. But one of the things that we fail with is that we have a lot of conversations, but at the end of the conversation, there's no resolution as to where we're going after this particular conversation. Are we going to form action group? Are we going to have a meeting? Are we going to have a march of some sort? We need to start going into affirmative action after these conversations because the conversations are really good. And I think the conversations are needed. But what is also needed is that these conversations that we come to affirmative action saying, okay, we're going to form this particular organization. No lame organization that has some name and then goes out the window after 2 weeks. You know, we need to have really firm, okay, so we come up here with a conversation and then at the end of it we say, listen, guys, we are calling on everyone, let us form this association. Let us form a Black Shoppers Association. Let us form a Black Shoppers Association that says where the black businesses are located. You know? And I have a lot of ideas.
Caller here, we're going for a break. We love where you're going.
We're just closing off this segment here and we're coming back after the break.
Let me tell you something. Try and get back in. Because what you said just now there.
We need to take your number. He try and get back in. He on the committee, boy.
Yeah.
Partner, I don't know about you on the committee.
Pastor, you and I met already.
Serious?
Right in front of Linda's, I gave you a lift home.
Take his number. Take his number. Google, were you telling us? He on the committee one time.
No, he said something.
If you guys are ready and willing, we could start from scratch with a blank paper, and we start an organization because you guys have the platform.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna call you back after. Yes. We're gonna call you back after the break because the conversation about spending your money in your community. For too long we are too passive with each other and we're saying, okay, we don't want to offend this one and we don't want to offend that one.
And before I called you, you know what I said to myself? We are too afraid.
Yes.
We are morbidly afraid of being black.
Yes. We're calling you back after the break.
Okay, Pastor Ruben. Sure.
Aisha Wells.
I come here today and you put me in the middle of our organization.
Listen to me. No, listen to this, right? Really and truly, if I stood up in my church and I say, I'm opening accounts for black people.
That's the day you have a following. And then you come on the radio and your fans know that you have another following. And then you walk through your community as you always do and talk to them people in the community have another following. I tell you already are the blueprint. You just playing. Not me now, Google. Let's go for a break, people. Remember, we're heading up to the Queen's Park Savannah for the Royal Arts exhibit. Roger Garraway's art is on display and so much more. Again, we want to thank the organizers, Mr. William Monroe and Company, and Minister of Education, Nyan Gatsby Dolly. We're going to go for a break. We'll be back.
Right back.
Listen, put your man for me, but I'm still going strong. I've come from Guyana to try and lick me down, but I am blessed. Listen, war and out for me. It's going on too long. Me try more than she. Papa say I read vocals there, boy. Hey, I live my football then empty. Jesus will provide. Hey, in the presence of my enemy, can make your enemy a footstool. Corona in my country, Jesus will provide. So when me don't have nothing, no worry. Oh, no. Jesus will always provide for me, boy. Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide. I live my football then empty. Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide. I run my cupboard empty. I like this man. Watch it. He better than Kiss and Quello. He keep on putting bread on the table. Lindos and Freddy, them no belly. Jesus Christ always got me. He is my chief baker. And so my bread basket always run over. And so it's overflow, overflow, overflow. No one know, no one know, no one know. Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide. What's my face when you know Jesus will always provide?
Jesus will provide.
Boy.
Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide. Cover them empty. Jesus will.
I like this verse. Watch it. And he's my provider. Hey, my Jehovah Jireh. My supervisor. So my blessing run over. Now it overflow, overflow, overflow. Now I know, now I like this part. Watch it. It's like you're doing it for spite. No matter what, Jesus will provide.
Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide.
What Jesus will provide?
Cover them empty. Jesus will provide.
Come on, I tell you,
Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide.
I'm in cover them empty.
Jesus will provide.
Jesus will provide.
Jesus will provide. When cover them empty.
Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide.
Jesus will provide. When my cupboard gets empty, Jesus will provide.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
Shop at New City Malls and check out our premium selection of high-quality clothing and accessories for men and women. Save on all items with competitive prices and courteous service throughout the entire mall. New City Mall is located in the heart of Port of Spain with entrances at 3 Charlotte Street and number 41 Independence Square. We offer a variety of shirts, long and short sleeve, round and V-neck tops, vests, caps, hats, sunglasses, briefs, boxers, shorts, swim trunks, denim, jeans, long and 3/4, socks, sneakers, casual and athletic, shoes, dressy and fashionable, dresses, formal and casual, skirts, lingerie, undergarments, and a wide range of accessories. Come check us out, as we also have clothing and accessories like Levi's, Clarks, Armani Exchange, Hollister, American Eagle, Ralph Lauren, Nike Air Force and Air Max, Puma, Adidas, Timberland, Academics, Aeropostale, Old Navy, Forever 21, Hanes, Dockers, Guess, Converse, and so much more. We have barbers, hairstylists, as well as weave and wigs on sale. All at New City Mall. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Sale, sale, sale.
Reset expectations.
Babe, summer's coming up. We really should start planning the real vacay.
You mean the one after we take a break with the kids?
We can hear you.
Start planning your getaway trip with Caribbean Layaway's 0% interest and flexible payment plan.
One thing for sure, flying Caribbean is the way to go.
It's no fun without us, right? Mom? Dad?
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
For everything you do, Cardinals, we got you.
Roger Garraway and his community of creatives present The Royal Exhibit, a 3-day art exhibition, Wednesday, April 27th to Friday, April 29th. Queens Park, Savannah. Daily start time, 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. under the auspices of the MP for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal. The greatest and finest pieces ever witnessed by local artists in Trinidad and Tobago will be on display for purchase. Come to this wonderful event and walk away owning a masterpiece that can be displayed in your home or passed down for generations to come. Roger Garraway has now made his mark on the international market, breaking barriers and setting the standard high. He and his group of friends will wow you with their out-of-this-world pieces. This event cannot be missed. You can also enjoy the opportunity to browse and purchase fantastic one-of-a-kind handmade art and craft pieces created by local designers from the community. Special guest appearances by Patrice Roberts, Michael Edwards and friends, Iwer George, Roxanne Lane, Crazy, and Joey Rivers and his band. Food and drinks on sale. Secured parking for all vehicles and all COVID-19 protocols will be observed. Special thank you to the Member of Parliament for St. Anne's East, Dr. Nyan Gaspidal.
Well. Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion boarding at Kings Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy boarding at Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, and 299-4227, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle every Monday from 9:05 a.m. to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street, 919 FM.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled KEONEIL, or just call Keylon Direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution, with over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy. We specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on the street, 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill, and you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Check out the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. All night prayer live on the street 919 FM, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
All right, so I'm back with you, Trinidad and Tobago. Back with you here. Remember, you can join us on Facebook and on YouTube. Just look for us on Iowa TV on YouTube. Also, you can join us on Facebook. Just type in The Street 919 FM. On Facebook, and we will, you'll see us and you could chat with us, you know what I mean, and be a part of what we're talking about. So we were talking, before we went for the break, we were talking about the rural exhibition that is happening at the Queen's Park Savannah, and that conversation spin into a whole lot of other discussions that we're having. I'm waiting for Aisha to join me back, because as I was saying to Aisha a while ago, before I was very afraid of talking like how I talk now. And why I was afraid? Because, you don't want to offend anybody, and you just want to hey, let me tell you this. And what dispelled that thought from my mind, what took away that thought from my mind. I remember one time reading in the Bible where Jesus talked about he came to the Jews. He came to his own people. His own people he came to. And his own people rejected him. You understand? But you know what? He started with his own people. Jesus would have rebuked his own people. Jesus would have dealt with his own people. You understand? Jesus was there and making sure that everything was in place for his own people. And I said, but if he could come and see about his own people and talk to his own people, why are we trying to talk for everybody? I can't talk for everybody again, I have to talk to my own. I have to try to elevate my own. And when I listen to brothers like Jamal, and not just, just talk, he does what he says he's going to do. He is not, and we too apologetic. We try to apologize and we try to fit. When you sit and you hear what Aisha had to say a while ago about people would sit down, and it's a fact. People will sit and they will look at the demographics of a community and say, oh, okay, all right, that's the culture and that's the race of people living there. What are their needs? And why do they need that? How can I accommodate, or how can I fit into that community to get from that community? People sit and analyze and look at us and come up with ways of how they can fleece our money from us. So I know people who don't bank in the normal commercial banks anymore. I know people who put their money in the credit union. And there are people who would say, I always remember my father saying that to me. He said, use the bank for accountability. Use the credit union to save. And I remember also watching, and when you look at society and you watch at what's happening around you, you have to pick sense from nonsense. You have to pick sense from nonsense. And there are people who are very conscious of who they spend their money by, where they put their money, who they put in their money, who hands they put in their money in. There are some people, we call them superstitious, but there are some people who don't put their money into certain people's hand because of their energy and their vibe. And some people know for a fact that according to, I know of people who would say, according to who I give my money to, I know if I would get returns or if I wouldn't get returns on it. Who I put my money, and I have a friend, she don't travel with anybody. On a morning, she makes sure that she look for a driver who she believes his energy is good, he vibes good, he ain't complaining and he ain't grumpy and arrogant and you don't want no part of that. You want energy that will uplift you, keep you in a, That's what you're looking for. So you know who you're giving your money to. We have been giving our money to people who don't care about us. And then we wondering why we living from paycheck to paycheck, because all them want is our paycheck. So we giving people who just worry paycheck. And not people who saying who have our best interests at heart. So here's why we'll sit now and boast about a young man in my community who have a fruit stall. And on his fruit stall, he makes sure that the black people who buy fruits from him get the best fruits. I get passionate about this because I've seen the effects of things that people who don't understand. That let me tell you something. The reality of it is that if you continuously give off to somebody who don't, Jesus said it about casting your pearls before swines. We cast our pearls before swines. You work hard for that dust you get in every month. You work hard for your money. And then you want to give your money to people who don't care about you. That don't make sense. That is why when a young man made this statement a while ago about us pooling our money together and buying from people who have our best interest, how much you want to bet me? When you put your money in the hand of somebody who genuinely want to make sure that you benefit from your money, you will always have money. Think about it. You know, there are some people let me talk the things them now. Let me talk the reality and the truth of it now. The reality and the truth of it is, some people want to know about how it is you living on $3,000 a month. Some people say, oh, you're living above your means. Huh? Some people think, oh gosh, now how you living with $3,000 a month? That could never happen. Some people who live on $3,000 a month and saving and able to have, is because if you talk to them, they'll tell you that they just choose who they're spending their money by. They know they pick and choose. You understand? Some of us we just go and spend. Well, I can't the money, so let's give it to whoever. No, you have to think. This is a time now where you, especially now coming out of this pandemic, there's a time now for you to stop and think. Huh? Know who you're giving your money to. Know who you're giving your energy to. You will not give off energy or you will not go out of your way to help somebody who you know don't want your help. The only person I know that's do that is God. He give off love to people who he know don't love him. But when it comes to you and your sanity, when it comes down to you, your sanity, your mental balance, and you want to make sure that you, as Pastor Jamal said, you leave an inheritance to your children. You want to leave something for them to be able to look back and say, hey, mommy and daddy worked hard to leave this here for me. Huh? And I just want to go back to talk about the young man in my community. When you go by him, he goes through the fruits and the provision and the whatever you're coming to buy and look for the best to give you. Anything that doesn't look presentable, he gets rid of it. And you get your money's worth. He makes sure that you get the best produce that you come to buy. What does that say? That you will continue to go back by him because you know you're getting your money's worth. We're going and spending our money by people who we're not getting our money's worth from. Huh? We go into a bank that don't care about us. We go in every month. We go in there and we trying to and they don't have toilet facilities for us. They don't have the customer service at times. They're hoggish and piggish. We come on. But we have the choice, you know. We have the choice, Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension the world. We have the choice. We have the choice. We can make a decision to be liberators in our community or to continue with the status quo and continue to say we will and we don't like each other and we go pull on each other and we hate each other and we don't want to be and we don't want to help and and all of us who saying that we know different, you know, we know how we could change it, you know. We could change it, you know. But we choose not to change it. We choose to stay in the status quo. We choose to stay with the mindset. Not me. So I'll tell you for a fact, and there's a young lady in this building could come and tell you that for a fact. And they say, moi, I don't travel with any and anybody. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah. Because I know when I come into work here, I want to give off a positive and a strong energy to my listeners. I've done my research. I've checked out what I want to talk about. I've put it together. I've made sure it's palatable. Make sure that you're able to understand it. And I want to be able to have the right energy and the right mindset to give you what I want to give you to discuss. So I just make sure I don't travel with any and anybody. And some people might say, but Google, why are you doing that? I know why I'm doing it. And some of you might not so sensitive enough to understand that you have to be in a mindset where you have to be careful who you allow in your space. You know, I always hear Prophetess Agnes C. George say, there are people for the road. When they come home by you, they should be by the road. Just stay by the road. There are people for your gallery. And there are people for your living room. You have to know who you want in your bedroom, in your living room, and by the road. There are some people that just need to stay by the road. And you have to decide that today, who getting your money. And I always say to myself, I just work too hard to give somebody my money just so. Too hard. I just work for my money. Very hard. I just get up 4 o'clock in the morning to reach to work on time. Hear what I just say? I just get up 4 o'clock to make sure and reach to work on time. And I not go and jump into any vehicle to reach to work. And I just reach to work on time. Hear me? You have to be conscious. Too many of us walking around like zombies. You hear me? Too many of us. We walk around this place like zombies. And we're not aware that there are some people that are sucking out our soul. Sucking out your energy. And they don't care about you. You check it out. You check it out. They don't care about you, you know. They only care about themselves and their profit that they can make from you. Wake up. Wake up. You understand? So Trinidad and Tobago, Aisha is going to come back in the studio in a few minutes. She's on the phone, but she's going to come back in. This conversation is one that I don't know about you, boy. But we need to use this medium to change the status quo. Something has to hit them. Something has to hit them. For them to realize we're not fools anymore. And whoever wants to stay a fool, let them stay a fool. Because I'll tell you this. Trinidad and Tobago. That young man woke up something in me, boy. That young man, that statement about us pulling our resources together and really consciously spending our money by people who care about us is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. And let me tell you something. You see self-worth? Self-worth. Too many of us walking around with low self-esteem and self-worth. And think that you can only get self-worth based on how people treat you. You have to know how to treat yourself. You understand? I tell people, I done fat already. So if it's two things as make sure. You understand? Is that I'm smelling good and I'm looking good. You know what I'm saying to you? I done big and fat already. So I can't be big and fat and smelling sour. And my clothes must be fitting me properly. When I have on a jersey, you see in my belly, the clothes so tight on me, I can't walk properly. I know that. Look proper, smell proper. Have a positive outlook on my life and who I am. And every young man in my community will tell you, once I talk into them, that's the first thing I build up in them. Their self-esteem and their self-worth. Wake up, Trinidad and Tobago. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. You're sleeping. Right? So we're gonna get my colleague to come back in. We're gonna talk. We're gonna take some of your calls. And I want you to try your best and see your self-worth now. Please see your self-worth. See yourself bigger than than who others see you as. Some people only see you as dollars and cents. You understand? And that is why some of us so sick. Diabetes, hypertension, we are all kind of sickness. You know why? Because we eating from people who don't care what they give us to eat. Look, let me stop here because I could go on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. And people who want to talk black conscious to me and nah, you ought to leave me alone because you weren't ready yet. You weren't ready yet. You weren't ready yet. Right? We need to talk black wealth. How can we as black people pull our resources together? You understand? I sit down and I listen to how sometimes how Jamal would pull his congregation together. His congregation, I would say it. His congregation pull their resources together and buy stock, you know. Everybody in that church on a stock market, you know. Anyway, let me leave that alone, and take some calls. I'm gonna call Aisha in. We're gonna take some calls and we're gonna continue this discussion until 2:00. All right? Until 2:00. We could do it, and I know we could do it. Nobody do have to tell. No, nobody can convince me otherwise. We as a nation, as a people, we could do it. But you know what? It takes strength to do it.
Real.
I want the truth.
Straight.
You can't handle the truth.
And fair.
I seek righteousness.
The official station that defends the nation. The Street 91 FM.
Shoulder. And while your hand is on that neighbor's shoulder, just ever so gently, would you just pull down on that neighbor's shoulder? Put some weight on it. I wanted you to put some weight on it because that's the kind of pressure they've been under. They've been under a lot of pressure. Over the last 2 years, they've had to bury loved ones. Been under a lot of pressure. Their hours got cut on their job. Under a lot of pressure, minimum wage is not a livable wage. Under a lot of pressure, their marriage has been strained. Their children have been out of order. Their physical body has been under attack. But we've come on this Good Friday night, not because you're going to be a millionaire, not necessarily because you're going to live in a mansion or drive a Maybach, but God had you come tonight. I hope 5,000 of you will shout, because God says tonight the pressure is lifted. I can't hear nobody. I dare you to open up your mouth. I just wish somebody would just shout out loud, thank you, Lord. Now here's what's crazy. The person next to you don't even know what you thanking him for. But there were months you didn't know how the rent was going to get paid. You didn't know how the car wasn't going to be repossessed, how your insurance wasn't going to lapse. But you came in this church today to say, look at me. I'm a testimony. I didn't make it on my own. You have survived the pressure. With all of the mental health challenges that our community is under, you refuse to commit suicide. Y'all not saying nothing to me. With everything that you've been under, you refuse to find drugs to give you peace. You refuse to slash your own wrist. I need 3 of y'all to be honest. With the pressure you were under, you could have killed 2 people, but God kept you in perfect peace. I'm grateful that part of the assignment that the Lord has entrusted to New Birth was to help alleviate the pressure. Part of the reason why it is that we're here is to make sure that we let our light so shine. And I wanted to take just one moment to thank you that in this pandemic, I wonder if you'll help me shout, in this pandemic, we fed 850,000 families. Come on, I can't hear nobody. I said in the pandemic, we fed almost 1 million families in Atlanta. Would y'all give God glory for that even now? Under a whole lot of pressure. When I came here just 3 years ago, we were facing $30 million worth of debt. The bank was knocking on our door. The creditors didn't think we were going to make it. And 1 month ago, I hope y'all will shout about it in the balcony, we cut that debt from 30 million to 15 million. How many of you know God will cut it in half? Huh? Y'all don't have any bills. How many of you believe God will cut it in half? I'm thankful unto God that we're not just hearers of the word, but we're doers also. Something is out of order if we only talk about economic development when it's time to ask for the tithe. We can't just ask for the 10%. We've got to show the body how to multiply the 90. I'm so thankful one of the great living visionaries of our time partnered with us, Mr. Bill Allen. On Black Friday, we opened Black Wall Street, the new Black Wall Street. It took 100 years since they bombed us in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But just 2 miles from here, we opened the first black mall in America with 100 black-owned stores. I hope y'all will shout about it, because that's the kind of God that we serve.
I take your calls, 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, and 466-5391. Call me, tell me what's your thoughts on what we're talking about. It's time for us to wake up and stop allowing people to tell us who we are. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google again. Let me say to you, Pastor Google, you are a real pastor. You are a real pastor. You preach here just last 10, 15 minutes of lecture you give there. You preach there. But my grandmother used to always, this is grandmother used to always tell us, there are people for all around you. Not in your bedroom, not in your drawing room, not in the gate. Some for by the gate, by the road, some for in the veranda, some for in your living room. Be careful who you take in your bedroom. Always told us that. And you preach it again, and I always tell my children that, I always tell my friends, and they talk and Pastor Google, We are going to do what you said we're going to do. Contact with me sometimes, or all times. Aisha, you know where I'm at. Only contact me, and don't leave me out of that. If only leave me out of that, something else I know is part of the dog living. Anyway, Pastor Google, let us do this. Let us do this.
Thank you very
and
much.
And to get with the young man, they're brilliant idea. We have brilliant people out there, and we can do what we are supposed to do. Let's do it. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Somebody touch me. Somebody touch me. Somebody touch my soul. Pastor Google, you preach it, you say it, I tell you have it, and we have it in with DNA. We could do better, and we have to get up people. But the propaganda that is put to tell you African people can't do nothing together, that is not true. It always has some, because it's human thing that we don't get along, whatever. But in the majority, let me tell you something, African people that's pull it together. We ancestors, we grandparents, we could do it. We have suits, we have all them things. And I like what your father tell you, bank is to give it that kind of, that kind of thing. But credit union is where you save your money.
Yes.
Save all the money in the credit union, go back to Susu.
Yeah.
We had it in our communities. We grow a garden, you grow bygone, you grow tomato, you go what, and we share it and everybody eat. We know about them things, but it doesn't make we feel with the propaganda and the few LBs. Them few of them and them who, the Negroes and them who just get a chain up, does make it seem as if African people. Once you call yourself African person, I'm going to tell you something. You know what equal right and justice, and you know when we DNA, and you know we strong as our people. And you're talking about the travel quickly before I go. This is for the sentence drivers. I understand all they having a meeting to raise all the prices. I want to tell all you, all they can raise all the prices, and then when 4 or 5 o'clock you can't get a sentence stand the stand. And not only that, certain hours when they go on the sentence stand, they tell you they're not going sentence, they're going on the savannah. The stand mark sentence, so they have to buck up too. Because you know what we go do? We will take the ticket and then we'll keep the money down, or we go walk. We have to know where we spending the money, Pastor Google. Hats off to you today. Let me call out the people. We have to stay walk. We ain't no longer asleep at all. Who can't sleep, we go get glasses for them. But we walk now. This ain't no Spartan here, This is the African inside that we here coming out.
Yes.
This is what happening now, Pastor Google. I go, you always had it in you. I'm going on. If I didn't love you more, I love you more. So they are going.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, the first thing we have to do before we push back, we have to teach the young black people the history. Most of us here don't know the history at all.
And you know what, caller? Remember the last time I had my aunt on the radio with me.
Yes.
She was teaching on Americans and the black history. Yes. I'm going to get her to come back and do more of that. I think we need to find a sponsor for her to come and teach proper black history. And you know what I love about her history than other histories we're hearing from other persons? She rids it of religion. It has nothing to do with religion about black history. She gives you the raw history, and you in between, intertwining of it, you'll find your religious, your spiritual, not religious, but your spiritual background from it. But know who you are. Yourself, your melanin, your understanding, your kingship, your realness. That is what we want to know.
Yes. Because let me tell you this. A lot of people afraid to talk about it because they want to be friends with the enemy. You see Kamala Prasad is a well-known speaker, and they have a Gandhi statue. Most people don't know that man was a racist, but they put in school that he was a peaceful man. Now, the black scholars in Africa take down his statue, but we erecting a statue of Gandhi. We have to know his history first. We have to know his history first before we push forward. Because if we keep on doing this, we'll be going over and over and over again. These people are radical to us, and we have to be radical too. Because look what's going on with the gas price. They know what's taking place, But them people now stand over the flyover and protest. And they was proud to be with their leader. They train us to hate our leaders because We have a strong leader in this country, that is Dr. Christopher Rowley. And people just treat him like if he's the evil one. And we have to try and educate our young black men how to be strong leaders here. Because if other people will come and tell them that the black person is not the right person for you and don't follow them. I just want to Washington come and tell people in Trinidad he don't have nothing to do in Trinidad. But come Trinidad and tell him he's the right one to represent me. Come on, man. We have to be serious first. We have to be serious about what we're doing before we go forward. Because if the thing keeps on going over and over again, we all go around in circles and you never reach the promised land where you want to go. Have a nice day, Pastor Google.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? All right, let me see if I have some voice notes that I could play in the meanwhile while I wait for your calls. And I'm not apologizing for nobody. I'm not apologizing for my thoughts and how I feel. Let me tell you something. I come a long way to reach how I feel now, you know. I want to say this again. You see how I feeling now and how I talking now? I come a long way to feel like this, you know. And being on this radio station open up my eyes to realize that more and more, you know. Seriously, you know, I've come a long, long way. Anybody who know me and really understand, I come a long way because I was very passive and very, you know, that's how I need to know, you know, it's just about me and myself, and I don't care about nobody else, and I really want to bring nobody out. No, enough is enough. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Pastor Google, you're preaching the right thing. You said something there this afternoon. Make me remember that my mother used to say that same word. People for the road, people for the gallery, people for in your house. And Pastor Google, black people have to come out and know themselves. Come on, we don't know ourselves. We don't even know ourselves. We know other people, but we don't know ourselves. Because you know why? We can be fooled day and night. Pastor Google, have a blessed evening. Return safe. Listening.
Thank you very much, Mom. Thank you very, very much. It's a sad day, but the reality of it is that it needs to be said. What needs to be said, you know? We need to stop fooling ourselves and be real with ourselves. Be real.
Beautiful combination. Good morning, Pastor Google. Oh, good afternoon. No, it's afternoon, yes. Yeah, afternoon, Pastor Google. God bless you and Aisha. Beautiful, beautiful. Whatever you are about to discuss, I will listen. You know, I'll just be on the radio from in the morning, even on Sunday too when I come from church, or if I go to church, I'm listening, you know. I don't listen from 2 because I resting all them time. 4 o'clock I listening again. Sometimes I just miss Pata Aisha show in the beginning, but I listening. Beautiful, beautiful. I'll keep it up. Keep it up.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
This is your great friend and your loving friend here. Your old man friend here. Boy, I was waiting and know somebody would have come out to talk about my people, my ancestors, and know my history. I know somebody that started. Jenny, thank you very much, baby. Pastor Google, thank you very much, baby. I'm supporting you 100 times. Anytime you could call on me, I dare with you. I know my history, brother. I know my history. VTG, jokers, a lot of things. And today they want to throw it back in my face. You understand? They don't want to know where to spend their money, but I know where to spend my money. I tell you, I have a community here. My community here have a lot of business on the beach. A lot of business going on. We have grocery, we have drugstore. You're going to spend me money here. You're going to give back to our community. You understand? Hey. Thank you very much, Pastor Google.
Thank you.
Blessings, my brother.
Yeah, I want to come on the Bitam and meet those people who own those stores, boy. I need to come on the Bitam. I don't care what nobody say. I come in on the Bitam. I want to meet some of these people, boy.
Come on back, peaceful. Whoa, easy now.
I'm gonna be free or die. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head.
Here now, you see this song?
I have to run.
You see this song? You see this movie? Well, you need to see this movie. That notion about we can't come together.
While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
You have made it 100 miles to freedom. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Paradigm.
Trinidad and Tobago, Laisha, you can't leave without talk. This conversation was serious. Today you're telling me something
Today
of
was a heavy day. I'm listening in the next room, people, because the phone calls are coming one after the next, and people really want to be part of this organization. Google form today on the radio an hour ago. And I had to answer questions to people, right? And I'm saying this didn't happen by accident today, in my opinion. Coming here today was last minute. It nearly didn't happen because the time where I was requesting, there was a sponsored segment and a lot was happening that tried to block this visit, you know. And the visit came off the way it was supposed to. The right people called into the program. The right videos was played. It was just the right time. And I'm now telling Google, are saying, this is the Google from the night time that used to keep my sister up all over the night. You in here where Google say, I say, let's be sleeping them hours, only Jumbie and Laja, bless us, be up them hour. Long and short of the story is, I'm really proud of him. This is his calling, in my opinion. You know, so many times we try to fit in to places we don't belong. And it's not our doing, is that is not what God ordained for you. I had to walk that road trying to fit in into places that I did not belong, trying to do things that wasn't ordained for me to do until I had to find who my calling was. And I'm saying, I am ready and willing to assist in any regard that I could going forward with you, but this is your journey to carry. And nobody else could do this like you, could do this for you. This is what you were born to do. And if you really want to get biblical, this is what you have been preparing for via your religious journey. You know, you went about it untraditional, and it wasn't by accident.
I hear you.
How has the feedback been, though? Because I taking calls in the next room, me in here, and the callers me in here.
Yeah.
People are getting.
Yeah, people
they want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
it's about
want
time.
This. They want it.
It's about time. So we will talk.
Definitely. I had to come back here 4 o'clock. Let me say good afternoon to Sharon Felix. Yeah, she's
Sharon
locked on and listening. What? Sharon loving the program. So big up your whole self, woman.
Sharon Felix, and you ain't call me, girl. How you treating me?
So she can listen now.
But how you treating me so, Sharon? You ain't calling me?
You man listening the whole show. So wait, the rainfall? I hear rain.
That's rain.
They said it was going to come after lunch.
So
after all of this today, I could depend on a nice lunch from you.
Trinidad and Tobago.
You hear people? You go.
Yeah, I ain't going yet. I could take some calls before I go. But this movie, Aisha, that's the name of the movie.
Harriet. Send me the link, then I'm going to take it in. 16 million people view it in 2 years.
It's a bad movie. That movie dispels the myth that black people cannot come together.
I've never seen it. I want to see it.
You hear what I'm telling you?
I want to see it. I've never seen it.
So, we go into the phone lines. And we're going to take some calls. 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-539. Remember the days I used to come early and sit down and watch Aisha up already bored and thing.
I remember them days well.
You have a foreign caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, I'm listening to your show. I didn't hear the whole of it. I've only been listening for half an hour. But interesting conversation. One thing I wanted to say, we came together to buy land right after slavery. You know what I mean? And we came together to create a middle class, a working class, right after slavery. Yes. And if we could do it under those circumstances, I'm sure we could do it again. And one of the things I would, because now is the best time during the economic time, because now is the time we could branch off and do other stuff, build businesses. And I'm very interested in whatever you're doing. And I'm sure there are a lot of people in the diaspora also are interested in, building our people up, developing the natural raw talent that is the Afro part of Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know, I sound like water in the phone. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
I hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
I want to get a story that changed my mind. Over 20 years ago, I was telling people the story. My cousin started a cleaning business. We worked in Annapolis, Maryland. There is a Hasidic grocery store in Baltimore, Maryland, in the Hasidic section of Baltimore. It's an hour away. The lady, by the way, who was rich, she drives a BMW, she's a lawyer, husband work on Wall Street. She got in her car and drive 1 hour to buy bread from the Jewish place. Now, Annapolis is a rich place with a lot of groceries and a lot of different stuff. But it was important to her to go and spend her money with her people, the Jewish Hasidic people. And it was baffling me that this lady, that's what they keep in their community, drove 1 hour for bread. And I said to myself, you know what? That's a good way to, that's a good metaphor to invest in yourself. That's why they have the money. As soon as we get it, we spend it. And we have to find a way to keep it and invest in ourselves. And if our ancestors could have done it, pool their money together, start the penny bank, start credit unions, buy land, enrich themselves in a time when it was so hard, we should be able to do that now. So whatever you do, I'm more than interested, and I'm sure I speak for other people as well. We will more than be interested in being a part of it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Aisha.
And that's an international caller.
Yes.
And I know the voice too. This sister really does invest in our people. She invests in black people in this country. She does a lot of charity work here. So if you have her on your back, Google, you have a big fish.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, sister, you're an intelligent talk here this morning or this afternoon.
You're seeing that?
I hear. But you know something? Pastor Google, what's the name of that movie?
Harriet.
Harriet.
It's a movie about Harriet Tubman.
Hudman or whatever.
Yeah.
Tubman.
Yeah.
Right, I saw that.
You saw it?
Sister, after what was done to us by the Indian High Commissioner, don't you think it's time that we pull together?
Listen, I said under Rhoda Barrett's post today, and let me say good afternoon to Rhoda, that we need to be outside this office like yesterday.
Watch me. Mr. Barrett, I continue that conversation with Aisha after 4 for me, please. I coming off the airwaves now. It's done. I don't have much time again.
One more thing.
I had to go.
The man who got it shot. Or you remember the movie that he won the Oscar for?
I go on.
Enjoy the day.
Aisha, 4 o'clock.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Is it all right if I give you some Caribbean reggae music? Worship this afternoon. Well, everybody just dance with you right now. We are to magnify the name of Jesus. Yes. This song goes like this. Watch it. Look. So we stand and lift up our hands. Hey, for the joy of the Lord is my strength. Hey, so we bow down. Right now where you are, in your homes, just begin to worship the name of Jesus. Yeah. The song, love, we sang. So we stand and lift up our hands. Lift it up, lift it up. For the joy of the Lord is our strength. Yeah, we bow down and worship Him now. How great and awesome is everybody. Help me say, yeah, we stand and lift up our hands. For the joy of the Lord is our strength. Hey, we bow down and worship Him now. How great, how awesome. Say, holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Say, holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Say, holy is the Lord, God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Say, holy is the Lord, God Almighty. Say, the earth is filled with the earth is filled with His glory. The earth is filled with His glory. Hey, the earth is filled with His glory. The earth is filled. One more time. The earth is filled with His glory. The earth. Hallelujah.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for the program The Final Hour with Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr. and his wife, Nikki Garcia.